Durag Wisdom, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Earth Date Y2K 19.11.21. George Orwell wrote 1984, published it in 1949 or 1948, and he introduced something called INGSOC, I-N-G-S-O-C, which ironically enough stands for English Socialism. Orwell was a democratic socialist, and he objected to the fact that all these totalitarians were using socialism for their own means. The Nazis, National Socialism, and the communists, Soviet socialism. Socialism is one of the most misunderstood economic philosophies, and if done right, even if it teams up with capitalism, may turn out to be something good. I mean, I consider myself very liberal, but I also believe that we have to live together and we have to work together. And we have a two-party system, and this two-party is a very important thing to us, to our system. We can't allow one party to rule us, whether that party is in agreement with me, liberalism, or disagreeing with me. The INGSOC philosophy that Orwell introduced us to in the horror that the 1984 Oceania Society was, the three tenets of this is revision of history, newspeak, that's political language, and doublethink. Doublethink, holding two opposite beliefs at the same time, accepting one or the other, depending on what you want to do in terms of maintaining your power. So one minute you could be against something and the next minute for it. And the idea of the revision of history is nobody remembers that you were for it or against it. You revise history constantly. And of course, newspeak, the language designed to make everybody stupid because it's got less words, more, less words. More words, the more thought we have, the less words, the less thought we have. So I interpret that today for being political language, so-called political language. So right now what I'm seeing with these impeachment hearings, and especially from the Trumpists, and I refuse to call them Republicans, Bill Weld, who's running against President Idiot, he's a true conservative. I don't agree with conservatism, but I could live with it in a modified way if it's mixed up with whatever I'm into, which is democratic socialism. I don't know how they're going to work together, but there's a chance. I'm watching these hearings, and these Trumpists are using revision of history. Trump never asked the Russians to hack Hillary Clinton, right? I'm watching how they say that it was really the Ukrainians, that's the revision of history, it was really the Ukrainians that messed with our election. Of course, they use their political language, referring to the Democrats as the Democrat Party, the Democrat this, the Democrat that. They're trying to turn the word Democrat into a slur, which is never going to happen as far as I'm concerned. The biggest slur there is Trumpists. I'm not going to make a slur out of Republicans because we don't have Republicans in our lives now. We have Trumpist Nazis instead. They're trying to make it like there was no linkage. They call it deep linkage. They're claiming that it's all hearsay. In which today they had someone here today testifying, his name is Holmes, who heard Trump on the call tell Sondland he wanted to know if they're going to investigate. And of course, the other lady, the other individual, Fiona Hill, looked to me like she defended Trump when she felt she had to, but at the same time, she said what she had to say about what was going on with Giuliani and the three amigos in undermining our whatever we can in our system, undermining our democratic republic. As far as these Trumpists are concerned, none of this ever happened. There is no collusion with the Russians. It was really the Ukrainians. The Democrats are causing all the problems. They are not allowing this. They are not allowing that. The most persecuted president there ever was, as far as they're concerned, Trump. They've been trying to impeach him for 3 years. Well, he's deserved to be impeached from day one, when he called Charlottesville Nazis good people. And how about the carnage we've been having in this country since he's been the president? The murders, the school shootings, the massacre at the Tree of Life synagogue. Just recently we had something in California. Locking up children in cages, trying to undermine our Constitution, our rule of law. Our rule of law. They are the righteous ones. Trump and his Trumpists are using doublethink. They're using revision of history. The most persecuted president there was? Look what they did to President Obama. Didn't Mitch McDonnell say he's going to be a one-term president as far as he's concerned? Nothing was done. No legislation. They shut the government down, just like this creep did last Christmas time? Oh, Christmas is an important holiday. Remember when Trump was saying we were going to say Merry Christmas again? Let's say Merry Christmas to all the people who had to suffer while he closed the government down during Christmas. Or how about Andrew McCabe? Cut his job out on Christmas. This is the creep, the Nazi creep, the hypocrite Nazi totalitarian creep we have in Congress with its with its Trumpist party to maintain his totalitarian rule. He asked the Russians to interfere in our elections. He did. He got on a phone call. He had linkage. He said, we're not, we'll give you weapons, but I want you to do us a favor, though. And no matter what Devin Nunes or the rest of these Trumpists try to do, I have the shield against them. I have the weapon against them. And that's that I've read 1984. And I know what totalitarianism is. I know what fascism is. See, the real Republican Party would be against the Russians, whether they are fascist or communists. This administration wants fascism. Religious extremist fascism. And they're sitting over there lying. They want to get a hold of that whistleblower like you can't believe. They want to strangle our country into submission to Putin and his lackey Trump. They don't fool me. We need to get this creep, this traitorous Nazi Trump creep out of our lives, or else see the end of our country as we know it. Read 1984 and get familiar with the techniques of totalitarianism.